set of brushes, and we need, of course, our acrylic painting and the water, right? Colors. Okay, so I get my bigger brush right now, this size. So we're gonna mix some colors for actually creating the color for the sky. You know me, I like the sky because sky will give us the condition of the weather, and that's important because it's rain, so we have to have some kind of grayish sky, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create the gray sky with the white, and I have already, so that we can use some uh, that is the yellow, but it's not the exactly yellow. It's kind of like the more ochre color, so it's a very warm yellow. I like that color. I mix this usually from yellow, brown, orange, and white, and we're gonna use it for clouds. So we're gonna have some gray color mixed with this. It just takes time because the light gray, something like this, and this color will help us with the kind of place in the middle, not like the kind of close to horizon of place, but somewhere in the middle. And we're gonna get a little bit more darker color. I will use that gray with blue, so which just help us to create more kind of colder gray color. This is the colder gray color, so we're gonna use it for the heights for the sky, and kind of mix together with the other one. And then I will use some white and a little bit of purple from that collaboration of the colors. This gray, bluish gray with purple, and we get it over here just to create some clouds because it's raining, right? So we need some gray colors, so that's gonna shows us the condition of the a little bit lighter with the white, that gray bluish color I created before, and this is gonna be our slightly more purple, lovely gray, and I will add a little bit, just slightly, just on the side, so that it's not gonna mix too much of this color for you, because you don't need that much. You just need the slight red in your mix, purple and gray, just like that. You see the transformation of this color, right? So we're gonna get this right here, a brighter purple, and that will help us to create the nice sky. The sky. Okay. Similar. I will show you closer, but they still have slightly different shade of it, so which is kind of help you to create that nice day, the nice gray day. A little bit of this kind of warm yellow with purple, and see what happens. Okay, so just more the cloud, the warm color with the cool, they're creating this interesting gray, which is almost looks like silver color, and that helps you to create the cloud. More of this gray for that part. For the acrylic colors, we always have to wait until the color actually dry completely, so then we will see exactly what these colors will be. So sometimes we need to color again because we're not satisfied with the shade of this color. So for now I think so that I will be all right just to color these parts of the sky, and then I need to create some color for the horizon. So we just have a bit of this red for my light pink, and then I mix this with that nice ochre yellow and a little bit of white and create this nice and warm color for my horizon. We will get this condition for this rainy day because the road condition has to be wet, so they will reflect the sky. So now the number two task will be create the kind of the road asphalt color for the part of the road. So we start with white. White has to be clean, so we get first our white, and then we're gonna get a little bit darker gray, because this darker gray will be symbolic for that color, which is the asphalt created concrete colors. So it's lighter, so because it's reflect the light differently, so we're gonna get, and of course going farther we can add some blue in this, because that's it's gonna kind of show us the perspective. So we're gonna get a little bit lighter color for our farther concrete, and of course in the front it has to be more darker, so we can get even a little bit of purple in that, purple but more intense than for sky. So let's just add some maybe blue in this black. So we'll color, yep. So, but try to mix it very good, because I was like in a hurry to show you, and I didn't mix it very well, so it doesn't give me the right shade of color. Because it's reflect the color, it's maybe lighter, so it's okay. We don't have to like mix exactly everywhere the same color. You don't have to, because that's always will be the different shades because of the lights. And you need to choose which side of your street will be in shade, and another one gonna get some light. I recommend you to get this side, so the sun will, if eventually it's come out, so it's gonna be on this side, so this will be in shadow, so that would be easier. As soon as you decide where the light come from, it's always easy. Same thing for photography. That's what usually photographers say, that's the light create the way how the shadows lie on everything, and help us to create the environment, right? So then what we're doing right now, get blue and dark gray. This what I mix right here, getting some grayish purple, and that's help us to create the street shadows and reflections later, to show that it's kind of wet from colors and shadows. This one lighter, working around the body of the person. Don't color him, because you spend so much time to create his body. We need that. We can redo it because we already start working on something else. So now we need the pedestrian part on the other side. That part of the pedestrian side will be right on the lighter part of the street, because that's where the sidewalk turn to the other street on my picture, and then I'm gonna make it lighter right here, so add some color in that, and then we can work on this part. How to show with the environment where the person is by colors, showing the where's the light coming from, right? So now when we almost get the person's environment, And the farther it's going, the wider it's gonna be. So when we kind of get the slightly lighter color on, it's always nice to cover your at least first layer of your work with the colors. Then you can see what's darker, what should be darker, what should be lighter. So kind of give you the whole idea about how your picture is supposed to look, because it's always hard to compare to the white paper as we spoke before. So now I think that we can cover with some colors which is you think will work for your composition. Just the buildings colors, I mean, it can be anything. We can we don't have these colors right in front of us, so we're just gonna create some color. I will, for instance, use some for the house, which is turquoise color. Always kind of work for the rainy day, I think. So that will be a little bit lighter here. This is the tree, so we'll have to kind of color the tree. And this house has to be a little bit darker because it's kind of in the shadows partly. And this color I want, because it's on the lighter side, we can have it with the orange brown kind of coloring. That will look nice for the lighter side of the so, but we still need to kind of mix it with the slightly grayish color. So because it's everything happens in the rain, so a lot of colors will be slightly colder. So even for this color, we kind of will use a little bit of grayish color for it. So we're gonna still have this nice building color with the orange, but have this prism of a rainy day. It is more lighter, more turquoise, which is I like. It's kind of nice. So that is the building. And then the roof, I think there's gonna be some rustic reddish color with some brown in it. It's would color everything in a similar family of colors, right? Even if they're different, they still same family. So that's what we're doing. So it will be some reddish, but it's not like really reddish because it has some rain color on in it too. So cover this part. It may be a little bit orangey for the other roof. Did this one, now we kind of add a little bit orange for this roof right here. And then we're gonna use this card for some house farther away. So we just need to create again the gray. And see, we get this slightly lighter color for the farther house right here. So you basically harmonize your colors, keeping in your kind of mind that you are making the rainy day, so the colors should be kind of a little bit foggy because over this rain they not gonna be too bright. So that's how you will show the rain condition for the weather. Just look, maybe my advice when you go outside in a rainy day, just see how everything looks. Like make a picture, for instance, of your landscape, city landscape, in a sunny day and in a rainy day, and you will see the difference, because the same, exactly the same environment will be absolutely different. Not absolutely, because the same buildings and everything will be present, but the color will be different. It's like when we work on the same landscape in a different condition of the day, it's the same concept. So basically, everything looks with the different light differently. So it's change the color, even if it has the same basic color, but it's gonna change the color because the light. So what I'm mixing right now, I'm mixing some blue with purple for the building over there, and just need a little bit more white for that. So this is gonna be our building here. Blue and red, and add some white in there. I need now the color for this house. I will make it slightly yellow, nice yellow with the kind of mixed it with that blue too right here, so there's gonna be some rainy yellow. Blue color. This can be like that because it's just a color filtered through the rain. We can say that. So it's filtered to the rainy weather. That's why it's gonna be different compared with the other day. So then we're gonna use some other color for this building. Should be warm. We can have like a light pink orange, I think. That would be nice. Right. So how we're gonna do it? We're gonna make orange and then slightly use some gray in there. So that's gonna give us some rainy day orange. Darker, I think. We'll let it dry. All these colors has to dry right now, so then we know for sure what to add and where to add more intensity in our color. We're gonna change the brush for the smaller details, and we will have our person now paint. So I really want to have the red umbrella for him, because it's kind of like my idea to have in the middle of this gray day something really bright. So this is my red umbrella, which is I'm doing right now. A little bit colder shade, because if we're just gonna have like a flag rail red, that's not gonna work for us, because it's gonna give us like some other picture color. So this is our red umbrella for this gentleman. Let it dry, and his suit will be kind of purplish dark. So we're gonna have this dark gray with blue and red. Then it's gonna be like kind of a dark dot on the picture, because we don't want that. We want the whole environment of work for us as the whole thing. We don't want just to have a dot in the middle of the rain. So that's why I kind of put together this color, which is gonna be dark but not exactly black. So basically I kind of follow the impressionist idea about black color. That's the black color, it's something which shouldn't be on your palette, but you use it. So you have it, but you don't have it without mixing. So it has to be the mix. So that's why it's important when you mix black with something. It's like a gray. It cannot have any colors in it and just make colors darker. So we're gonna do that exercise and you will see how white colors change the color and how black colors change the color. So it's like a whole different world for you. So we're gonna work on it later, and then you just get like some step-by-step concept about colors. And that's why I'm not really dumping in you everything on the same year of learning, because you have to kind of get adapted to what you already know and use it. So the more you use it, the more practice you have, the more idea about colors you get. This is our person. We just need to kind of get him in environment. So and he has the we also need to get his head with hairs. He can have brown hairs. I'm gonna put some on his head. He gonna have a beard, I think. Be our guy. And I'm gonna get his face and hands. I wanna have his face maybe just some tan colors so that it can be anybody. So something. And now we have to get his shoes. He might have um some like a leather brown color. Think so that will work. What kind of color he has? And maybe similar color. We're gonna have his leather case right here. So he is running somewhere after work. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the over there, which is gonna have some light pink dress maybe, so easy to make it. Or maybe that's gonna be the raincoat. So and the other guy will have some dark green coat, I think. His body just gonna have the legs are straight up like that. So he just standing and umbrella yellow color, for instance. I like colorful umbrellas. I guess it's fun to have colorful umbrellas. Kind of yellow. Okay, and then the blue umbrella, like a light blue umbrella, really. And we can have kind of blue color too on this door. Maybe red. Stripy. And then the store can have them yellow, for instance. Don't do too change the colors for your picture. So you clean your palette, because otherwise the colors will be dirty and you're not gonna be really happy with that. So the same thing about our greens, the trees. I will do the light green color for these trees because it's a spring rain. So we're gonna have the very light green for your composition with the yellow and blue. If you remember, we can have this mixed, and then it's gonna give me some kind of Caesar salad kind of color, very light green. Great for this time of the year. It's a spring rain. It's not the fall rain, the cold and dark with a lot of fall leaves around. No, that's gonna be the nice and spring rain, which is just clean the nature after the long winter. That's why my tree will with the lighter young leaves. And if you remember when we of the tree, it's usually just a nice shape of greens. You're just imagining not like every leaf on your tree, just a kind of nice shape of the tree. So we that's what we're doing. It's not like every leaf we're gonna make on your tree, but it's just a general crown. Just remember how we work on branches. They go from the bigger one to the smaller ones. Just a light green in kind of show the young tree with the some new leaves on it. The farther the of course, so the other ones are will be really slightly lighter, and that our trees are farther away. So and then we're just gonna maybe we can make a tree over here, which is will be kind of appropriate. So they're gonna go farther away from this branches, just a branch. So we're just gonna make a few branches on it. Get some just a very light right here. So because it's farther away and it's rainy, we need to have just a very light leaves on it, showing that it's a springtime. Dew, a little bit colder, a little bit different. Just far away. When we were practicing making trees, every tree has a different character, like basically human beings. So then when you work on it, so it's the trees are usually look a little bit different compared with each other. Right here, since it's branches, so we're just gonna kind of put some leaves on, just dress it with some. Or this tree is far closer, not farther but closer, so we're gonna get some more leaves on there. So that tree will have branches closer, so then we will see that tree actually closer to us. and that trees are farther, but trees are very very far away. That park I was talking about, we can just do trees there, and then here we'll put some building. We just need to decide it on color. I have that nice orangey pink. I can use that. This is another building there. Can use that color for that building. Coming you for the city beautiful landscapes by Maurice Utrillo. He is he passed away. He was one of the artists in France in the end of the 19th century, beginning of the 20th century. He did such a beautiful landscapes. Of course, Camille Pissarro and Monet, they make some city scapes too, and that's just gonna kind of show you how you can work with that. So how you can make these buildings looks really nice, and we're telling the story basically about the city. So I like cityscapes. I think that it's fun to make cityscapes. So we're gonna do this house, the nice color for the building there. To redo her umbrella. When the colors are dry, we can see what exactly to make it looks nicer. So over there, extra layer. This darker color because we need some light coming from outside that building. So and lighter roof. That's kind of cool color. So other buildings one behind there. That would be nice. In this color for the window. Brush only because otherwise you gonna spoil the colors, and sometimes it's hard to find the right color when you already make one. Hard to find similar one. Building, so then it's kind of gonna be like sky blue with some rainy shade on it, because it's not gonna be exactly dark, but not darker than the road. So some color there. Similar will be for this door. I think so. That's a nice orangey. The door right here. Yeah, that would be nice. There should be kind of half tone, slightly not darker, just a colder, and more translucent, because that's rain, and it's make everything kind of look through the mirror. And very very clear colors for the regular sunny day. It's like you're looking through the different lanes when you're looking at the objects in a rainy environment. And you can write colors also not only by the whole composition, but just the neighbors, how they look next to each other. That's important too, because they have to kind of in a certain way. Yeah, that's a lot of things to think about for this work. But if something doesn't work very well, that's okay. So you guys can next time you can work on it. So it's just a practice. it's just all about deep gutters for the street buildings and kind of make them look like more street buildings. This house we can add some just more light. You can work entrance for this gentleman. Need more color, right? So we can fix that over here. Right? Color. Start drawing your work um, in the middle when you didn't fix the right appropriate colors in particular spots. So it started working against you because it's basically doesn't have a color, and the whole tone of your composition doesn't work appropriate. So we need to fix that and add some color to it. And then on the end, it's more very rewarding. Usually talk about, so this corner of the building will be lighter because the light comes in this corner, and then it's a shadow of the other building belong to that street, so it's more darker there. Because as I said, which is a lot, will give you the understanding how the human body works, and same thing with the landscape, and just gonna uh, help you to practice and get better on that. Road will be on the left hand side on my pictures, so I will get some reflection, the sky reflection, a little bit darker, so we have to follow the lights, right? So I have to get some darker shades this side of the road around your person, of course, but that's gonna make a difference because that's gonna help us to kind of finish that person the good surroundings. You closing these gaps between that looking like the more real picture. Knowledge you have, the better your pictures become. Between the rainy colors, just smooth everything to clarify some um, shades in this picture because it has to be more real. That's kind of nice right here. Well, not too dark, so get some white for that, and kind of mix this with that nice um yellow. Remember the more like ochre yellow? Give us the nice warm gray, and kind of behind the building. It kind of has some resemblance there. For that cloud, and get some darker. Just cloud a little bit. Kind of a little bit more pinkish color. Have the good background for. Then we just keep the lighter colors on. As I told you before, so just working on the darker part inside the umbrella. Some line. Since it's raining, so kind of give us lighter to show shadows underneath. So that's gonna make a difference since here same thing will give us some reflection. In this actually needs some extra work on it, but the same thing that reflection. So because it's still gonna, and that's covered by the shade that stripes of the tree. I think that we can add lights so that we can kind of keep them in that. Same thing about tree. So you can add some little details on this one so that it's gonna be like more details on it. The other ones I should stay kind of more generally colored so that they will stay in that area, so they're not gonna be too close, because the more details you make, the more. But the lights come on this side, only on the top side. Here it's gonna be shadows. And same thing on tree. I think that it has to. Doesn't hurt to get some more details. And that more details on the brush too. So they're gonna cover these leaves. Now add some details in that. Kind of smooth. Right behind, you have some shadow here too. Maybe very light. Because it's right here. It's right in front of us. So a little bit all details in this roof right here. Shape your work and make it looks nicer in here too. pink on that side. Your rainy environment. Overdo particular little spots, because if you will, that's gonna kind of be a little bit over for particular areas. So just the small brush will help you to avoid mistakes and get that needed spoiled details. So the little one will help you to do it right. For the concrete, and this was yellow, so yellow on that umbrella. This umbrella right here, and she lost. I think I can tell that if you look at his work, so you can maybe find some resemblance, but that wasn't intended. It just happens to be that. So I think that's his inspiration of because it's so sweet and kind of has that energy of love of his favorite city. They always looks really nice. So will be kind of appropriate with the doorway. So the doorway will be darker. I think that we should do the silhouette and the way over. We just get his hat. So then his hairs can be just lie. Maybe. And then we can away from the store. Nice to show. Maybe few reflection here, since it's like open space here. Since it's kind of gutters, what I'll do, kind of get them a little bit more. And I think that we will be done right now. So then So I just want to show you the finished work and just tell you one more time that the important part to get the perspective right here, so then we get the right angle for our people. The people has to be in the size of the building, so you kind of have to size them down so that they can feed the door. That will be helpful. And you can put few of them so that you can show perspective how the houses are kind of goes toward the end of the street. They get shrink, they get smaller. Same thing happens with the trees and windows, and then you kind of get that composition in perspective in a rainy day in the city somewhere, whereas the people walk on the street with umbrellas. Thank you for your interest. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.